Alright, welcome to Eve Singularity. I'm Major Freak. So, just testing out the nuclear experience right now. The game froze on me when I was going through their little tutorial intro video. I might have been playing around the options, but yeah, I'm gonna go in. I don't have anything else really running in the background. I'm gonna see if I can do this high resolution quality, and then I'll optimize it for low quality. Yeah, it's really bizarre. It's it, this game is built on foundations that were created in 2000. So having a half decent computer these days, like 20 years on, it shouldn't be sketchy like this. But there's a lot of there's a lot of moving parts in their videos, and that's a problem. They should really learn to tone it down. But yeah, let's see if I can do it now. In Singularity, you can biomass one of these suckers in 60 seconds. It's pretty cool. Anyways, so let's quickly add a character. I've already gone through it. Yeah, whatever, anyone. Let's go. Right, get rid of that. There we go. And boop. If we go and yeah, whatever, doesn't really matter. Center for Studies, Federal Navy, Escalante. How close to the Dixie will I get? It doesn't matter, right? I showed you how to do it in that character creation thing. We'll just randomize it. Oh, wrong one. Double apostrophe, not quote. There we go. Enter game. Yes. All right. So
New
press
Eden,
space. That's
a
cute.
universe brimming with possibility and rife with adventure.
Okay, highest
Only
quality.
the most intrepid capsuleers can conquer its many wonders. Do you have what it takes to become one with the machine? To explore the far reaches of space, carving out a name for yourself among the stars. To become a titan of industry, amassing wealth, power, and prestige as you rise above your rivals. Or to prove your worth in combat, cementing new alliances and vanquishing your foes on your path to glory. For the rare few, immortality.
It's pretty funny, right? The rare few.
With
It's
Air's
like,
capsuleer training program,
all
you
players are
become the
immortal.
architect of your own destiny.
It's they try to compact and dumb it down. Their intro video, it used to be a lot better. This is just kind of really silly. Yeah. CCP. They try to improve everything, but it's just they just reinvent their own wheel, right? It's just ugh. A lot of things are lost in translation too.
Greetings,
pity.
Captain.
All right.
I am Aura.
So
your
hopefully I don't
AI
freeze.
companion. I am here to help you find your way through New Eden. Welcome to the first day of your new life as a capsuleer. I am now transferring your pod into a ship, provided by Air, as part of your
If you're curious, that is it's called an SOE Nestor. It's a battleship. So yeah, they weren't going to give you a battleship.
Station hull integrity compromised.
Okay. So they said they changed a bunch of stuff. They're adding more debris. What the? Okay, that wasn't seamless.
Captain, this cloning
Way to go,
facility was
CCP.
attacked before your capsule could be inserted into a ship. I initiated our evacuation
can't
sequence before we reached the
alter
hangar
my
to
view?
avoid certain death.
Oh, come on.
No need to thank me.
Yeah, shut up.
This baptism by fire is certainly not what Air had planned for your
Wow,
first day in
that
the pod.
really looks lame.
Rest assured, I am here to help.
The lips are just like, what the?
I'm unable to identify our attackers, but they are not currently targeting our capsule. This gives us time to locate a ship. Your pod may be able to fly through space. Now, let's get a
What
better
the?
look at our surroundings.
Yeah, totally.
Ah, there is a ship still capable of flight.
Great, great.
An Astero, no less. A
I-
fine ship indeed.
They said they added more debris. Okay. Yeah, whatever.
I have highlighted the navigation section of your display. Use it to approach the ship.
You've got auto tracking, so anything you click on, you'll focus on, which is kind of annoying for veterans. It might be helpful for new people. You have to be within 6,500 meters in order to board a ship, and it'll be this icon right here. But yeah,
Board the Astero now.
I've tried to interact with the debris in the past. You can't. It's just complete aesthetics. This is a instance. You're not. There's no players that are going to be able to access this instance. Board ship. What the? Okay, that was weird.
Our shields took significant damage in the attack.
Oh, look! It no longer looks stupid. Oh, I fixed that. Great. Can I frickin' thank you? Yeah, their idea, they called this immersive, as in we're gonna control you, like we're gonna control where you look, how you look, and you're gonna be strapped in a straitjacket for the ride. That's their version of immersion, and they bragged about it in their article too. It was so funny. It was like, oh my god, you have no idea what immersion is. All right, so in the past it looked really beaten up, and they fixed it apparently. It will no longer look strange when you're wounded.
The armor is also
whatever.
in need of repair.
Yeah, at least they fixed it before it looked really bizarre, and I think this is they actually fixed it. So this apparently is trying to grab your attention, but you'll never see this in game. This white thing, the flashy thing, will never happen in game for you when you're actually playing. So yeah.
I believe the appropriate idiom for this situation is, we're screwed.
What do you mean? I disagree.
Fortunately, the cavalry has arrived. Ships bearing air transponders are approaching our location.
Yeah, there's no reason that you're going to lose any more armor and blow up, so you're not actually screwed. So yeah, you're at 75%. I wouldn't worry about it.
This is Balin Ferris, Commander of Air Security.
Oh, interesting.
All ships
Look at that,
evacuating
huh?
this cloning facility are advised to rendezvous at emergency coordinates.
They've got pretty good lip syncing, but the lips look really stupid. What you looking at, buddy? What you looking at? What you looking at?
Several thousand civilians appear to have survived the attack. Let us make
Did you
haste
just shrug?
and join the fleet Commander Ferris is organizing. Your overview will display the ships in your vicinity.
Blue. Oh. Normally you can control the auto tracking via right-clicking your orbit camera icon right here, but they've disable it, of course, because immersion. So he's we're well within what we need to be. Keep at range is
Captain,
usually when
your vessel looks like it's seen better days. I'll repair you once you're in range.
you should be in range now, you dipshit.
Commander
norm-
Ferris, were you able to determine the identity of our attackers?
Normally you can get within
Negative,
the
Laura.
keep
Their
at range. Oh, you
transponders
can't
are
right
corrupt
click
and
it.
their hulls
You're
lack
allowed to
any
right click
identifying
this stuff.
information.
And you can alter any of this.
I'd wager this was an act of corporate espionage turned violent. There are a lot of people in New Eden who want to get their hands on Air's technology.
Wow, I
whatever
need
the
to get
cost.
that close. You're so incompetent. So normally,
Thanks to Commander
ships like
Ferris's
this
repairs, our ship is almost as good as new.
is a
At
shield
his
repair,
command, we will proceed to the emergency coordinates.
but apparently he can repair both shield and armor, which is great for him. Ships in Eve aren't multitasking. This is encouraging you to go, oh, that was shield and armor. That was kind of cool. And if you were just thinking logically, yeah, don't think logical. It's pretty funny.
All ships enter warp formation.
He's gonna fleet warp us. Normally you have so you're approaching him. Can I control it, or is it? No, I can control it. Yeah, that was approaching him. He's aligning.
Warp drive.
There's no ability for the fleet commander to force align. There is a regroup option, but that option is it forces his on-grid fleet members to try to orbit him at a very close range. So it's possible. Lol. Nice formation, buddies. It's the arrow formation, if you're curious. Yeah, it's a completely useless.
We've now arrived at Air's designated emergency evacuation zone. We'll be safe here while we regroup.
There is an interesting thing right there. Now, I've approached it in the past and had a really good look at it. The deluxe character creation. You can watch that if you want. It's I go and have a really close look at it. It decloaks when they're being attacked. It doesn't seem to have any functionality outside this instance. It's a unique thing. Yeah. The asteroids are non-interactable. They're completely... Yeah, I think this stuff I can get close to. And I think they're asteroids. But yeah, it's mostly all just aesthetics. It's kind of interesting, but whatever.
A spot well chosen. This location's cosmic abnormalities will, but our appreciation of New Eden's natural wonders will have to wait.
It'll mask,
Captain,
and of course you
I could use
get
your
attacked.
help. My sensors are picking up a strange signal nearby, but my forces of cosmic storm
Yeah,
likes
really?
to play with our sensors, so it could be nothing. But
Could
after
you
that
give
attack,
me,
I'm not taking any chances.
Uh-huh.
Captain, I could use your help. My sensors are picking up a strange signal nearby, but my forces are the cosmic storm likes to play with our sensors, so it could be nothing. But after that attack, I'm not taking any chances.
Uh-huh. Where's the signal? Oh, sorry, this is... I have default. I should get the default. This is what... What the... What? Is it really? Okay, give me a sec. I'm gonna... I can't alter it? Okay, never mind. Okay. Alright. So I head to the anomaly. Alright, fair
Captain,
enough. What the hell?
We have to defend those unarmed civilian transports. All ships equipped for combat, form up around me.
What? Orbit? No CCP.
My sensors indicate that these are the same ships that attacked the cloning facility.
So that masking thing had no effect at all? Awesome. So, 1, 2, 3 battleships took out an NPC station.
Several frigates are
Interesting.
breaking away from the pack. They're targeting those civilian ships.
Oh no!
This will be your first combat experience as a capsuleer.
So
Time to show these hostiles what you're truly made of.
that, if you're interested, is a industrial transport for ships, basically. It can transport fully kitted out ships. I think these are the only real civilian kind of ish thing. Sorry, let's deal with this. What the? Orbit the enemy.
We're too far away, Captain.
Thank
Thankfully,
you.
our ship is equipped with
Okay,
a module that will
group it.
boost our speed.
And I'll put the F. This is a jamming device. Can I? I can't overheat because I don't have the skill, of course. So, this is a civilian
Target
weapon.
lock confirmed. Time to hit them.
There
where it
is no
hurts.
ammo for this kind of thing. Amara gets lasers. Galente and Caldari get a hybrid. It would be a blaster.
That's it, Captain. Let him have it.
And a very short range. And Min Matter would get a projectile autocannon. And they're all civilian, not needing ammo. Most things in Eve need ammo. The MR have laser crystals, and if
Well
you're not
done,
using
Captain.
special,
Now
it'll...
orbit, lock, and fire on the remaining hostiles.
Yeah. It's helpful for noobs to get the auto-tracking camera that you're looking at the target you last selected. So if I say I'm attacking this person, but I click on that, I'm shooting at this person. Oh, sorry. I'm shooting at this person, but I'm looking at this person, so it's always good to click that so you're actually watching your target. And the best way to do it is shoot here and target your next one, and as soon as your first opponent is into that last orbit, that last arc of damage, click view and orbit on the next target, and therefore you can seamlessly transition without getting lost about who to attack next. Sort of like, I'm ordering this person, I'm gonna target this person, and as soon as that enters red, I click here and start orbiting that one, and you moving away from the first, and
Marvelously
you
done,
blow it up,
Captain.
blah, blah, blah.
Combat can be such
This
a glorious
is another
experience.
industrial. It is a
especially when you're
mining
winning.
command vessel that gives boost to its
Another
fellow
hostile
teammates.
ship incoming. A cruiser this time.
Uh-huh.
It's larger and better armed than those frigates. What an exhilarating way to test your combat abilities.
Are you gonna give me back control of the view of my ship? There we go. Good. Thank you. All right. So, there we go. Yeah. Sorry. So I'm not close enough to target yet, and they should have talked about that because most people are like, "Why can't I target?"
To
What's
ensure
going on?
success,
Shut up. Alright. So your
now's your
range.
chance. Activate the webifier.
Lol.
They're trapped in our web, Captain.
Really?
Eliminate them.
Yes. They're trapped in our web. Eliminate them. So basically, I don't know why we're webbing them. We're faster than... Well, we're barely faster, but once we're in range, I don't know why we're webbing them. This is pretty funny. Oh my god, this is hilarious. Why are we webbing them? If I got within 10, I'm a frigate. I don't need to web. Unless I want to control the range. Oh boy.
Good job, Captain.
Yes, thank
Got
you.
potential.
Thank you.
Shit. 2 battleships breaking away from the enemy fleet. They're
Okay.
stopping the last civilian transport from walking away. Watch your six, Captain. They're bigger and badder than anything you've
Watch
fought
my
before.
6? Why would I watch my 6? Okay, let me...
Captain,
What?
we can use electronic countermeasures, ECM, to break the battleship's lock on the civilian transport. Doing so means the battleship will be able to target only one thing. Us.
Alright, so... This is the dumbest part of the tutorial. There's 2 ships attacking that civilian. There's 2 battleships attacking that civilian. There's 3 of them, actually, aren't there? There's 1, 2... Where's the other one? That one is over there. That one is over there. Which one are you attacking? Are you attacking anyone? Okay, so the mega, it's only the, okay, this is a Megatron, and this one is a Macario. It's called a, it's supposed to be called a Macario. I can't right click to get information. Anyway, so there's okay. So their tackle, it's called, is going after one bowhead. Okay? And there's 2 of them. You've only got 1 ACM. And if you... and they're webbing it. See this? That's what they do. So they're scramming or pointing? Anyways, they're warp disrupting this vessel using 2 ships. And you've only got 1 ACM. Okay? So you've only got 1 ACM. And that's yeah, what happened? Did it? Oh no! Did it blow up? Alright, anyways. So that's hilarious. What blew up? Lol. This is hilarious. Sorry, I'm getting distracted how hilarious it is. Ooh, they're going in between each other. Yeah. Welcome to Eve. So I've got it targeted. I've only got 1 EC. So if I jam it, I've got a very low chance. I've got 2.2. That's nothing. That's not going to jam this ship. It's got, oh, I'd say a 5% chance of jamming it. Anyways. So. That one. Give me a sec. Look at my ship. Can I look at my ship, please?
There is no other way to save those civilians. They are not capsuleers like you. Their deaths will be final. Yours will be a learning experience.
That's it. The final group of civilians has escaped.
Where?
You've done good, Captain.
Where? What? So I jam one of them, and I know it's so funny, isn't it?
Commander Ferris. Once our ship is destroyed, the pod will soon follow.
Yeah,
According to my calculations, our destruction is 99.99% certain.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Alan, you're close enough to rep us.
These bastards have me pinned down. I won't be able to reach them.
Normally logistic ships have a very
You fought well today, Captain.
decent range for
warrior's
repping, at
Luckily
least
for you,
50 kilometers.
It will not be your last.
So, he's completely competent. Don't fly with him as an FC again. FC is Fleet Commander. That's our nickname for the raid leader,
Death
should
is
I
not
say.
an end. It is simply the beginning of a new adventure. As always, I will see you on the other side.
You mean outside of this instance? Thank you. On the other side, yes, I'll join you in death.
Welcome back to the world of the living,
Oh,
Captain.
thank you, thank you.
I hope your death was not too uncomfortable.
No, thank you, thank
Your
you.
neural data has been transferred to a fresh clone body. But before you stretch your new legs, someone very important would like to meet you.
So you can right-click and drag and look around even more. Is there a video going on right now? No, I don't think so. That might be it. Or that could be just an advert. I think it's just an advert. No, that's actually the video. Yeah, every once in a while they change up the video a bit, but it pretty much stays. It's got a 15-minute cycle on it, so it's kind of interesting. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Vesper Calatrix, Air's Vice President of Operations. Commander Ferris spoke highly of your courage under fire. You went out with quite the bang. Since your ship was destroyed in a blaze of glory.
Enabling your station services panel.
Thank you.
You can now board the ship provided to you by Air. Try not to blow this one up so quickly.
Got it. So this is the station services. It can allow you to undock. You can also, you can right click and choose an option to undock, but it's a big button. You can press that. Board my Corvette, you always get this option at any station actually, even an a player station. It's no longer, if you're an old returning player, you no longer have to dock in a pod in order to get a Corvette. You can just choose this option right now, even if you're in another ship. So, there you go. This is a starting rookie ship.
I do hope the new vessel is to your liking.
No, it's
This
not.
particular model is quite popular
No,
with
it's not.
Capsuleers. Air owes you a great debt for your bravery and sacrifice.
All right, we got the Neocom. All right, mostly you'll interact by checking out who's docked up
So great,
here.
in fact, that I've thrown in an extra module at my own expense.
Thanks, lady. Normally you'll get mission agents here. And the best way to look for that is on the map, or there's actually the agency you can look at. It'll help you find agents as well. All right.
If dying means getting gifts like this, you should consider doing it more often, Captain.
You don't.
That
It's
was
a
a joke.
joke.
I prefer you alive.
Yeah, you don't get anything for
You can
dying.
access items in your hangar, like modules, from the Neocom. I have highlighted the section of your Neocom that will allow you to access your inventory.
Clickety clickety.
In your item hangar, you will find the objects currently stored at the station at which you are docked.
Yep.
Now, let's take a look at the module Ms. Calatrix has given us. A small armor repairer. An extremely useful gift.
It would have been
As
nice
you
if
well
that
know, New Eden can
bloody
be a
ship
dangerous
was
place.
armor based and not just
Well, I'm
shield.
sure you will have many more exciting deaths in your future. Maintaining your armor might allow you to enjoy life in your current clone body just a bit longer.
Yeah, there's shield and then there's armor based ships. Galente Galente and Amar races cultures are based off armor, and Kaldari and Minmatter are based off shield.
You can fit the module to your ship by accessing the fitting window displays your current ship's equipment, stats, and attributes. Now would be a good time to examine your ship's attributes.
This is hilarious because it goes here. Check it out, and it just flashes all in here like, oh my god. So this is your damage per second. This is your alpha strike. These are your defenses. This is your active shield defenses. You can click it and choose armor repair rate. They should have actually talked about that because it's kind of confusing to a noob. Yeah, anyways, this is kind of a helpful issue, but when you're new, it's kind of, hey, you've got an armor repair. It works. That's all you need to really know. This is shield hit points and how long it will take to fully recharge, but it's there's a gradient. It's a peak recharge there's a plateau peak recharge between 20 and 33%. Anything outside of that the peak recharge of your shields lowers. And if you get towards, say, 95% shield strength, it takes a while for that finally to get to 100%, if you're curious. Anyways, armor, of course, does not self-repair. You'll need an active thing for that, or you can repair for free at any player structure that lets you dock. And it also tethers. That's in-game terminology for if you're near enough to the player station, it'll repair you after a while. And it's all free. They never instituted any cost for that. But in NPC stations like this one, it will cost you to right-click and choose repair, get a repair quote, and it costs you. Anyways, NPC stations do not have tether per se, but you can dock while under fire, even if they warp disrupt you, like those two mech aerials did against that civilian bowhead. If you get tethered, you're safe. But if you've got, say, an active weapons timer or anything that's just preventing you from tethering and docking, if you can't dock, the tether won't enable. If they lock you and point you, which means warp scramble or warp disrupt you, you can't dock at a player station. Just a heads up if you're, say, using boosts on a porpoise or something. Anyways, there you go. Targeting. This is your anti-jam. See, that ECM thing was going against you and it had 2 points. You got about a 30% chance, or 33% chance of being jammed. If, say, I was jamming myself. The bonuses for this ship are actually, because it's Galente, the Caldari one actually gets a bonus to jamming strength. It's rather interesting. Anyways, your stereo didn't. This is your signature radius. It's basically for combat. The bigger you are, the easier it is to be shot at and hit by larger guns. It's also if somebody's trying to find you when you're hiding somewhere, the smaller you are, the better it is. But also, sensor strength helps for that too. The higher your sensor strength and the smaller your radius is, the harder it is for people to find you when you're trying to hide in space. Scan resolution is the quickness of your targeting, and this is how many your ship can target at maximum. But I believe you have a maximum of, I think actually your skills are high enough that you can target more than 2 targets, but I'm not sure about that in the beginning. Anyway, so this is the maximum your ship can do. If you add a module onto it, you could probably increase that by 2 or even 3. So you be aware of that. You can't target a whole bunch of things in the beginning. This is your capacitor. It's kind of like your battery, your ship's battery. It's a, unlike a battery, it's kind of like a battery. Anyways, capacitor is quick, like RAM, and a battery is like your hard drive kind of thing. But yeah, it's think of this as your battery capacitor, just the stored energy you have. It's got nothing to do with your power grid. That's something you need to know early on. That's what I got confused at, because when you're reading stuff and you think it increases your energy, and you think, oh, it increases my power grid, because you're going to run into bottlenecks of power grid when you're trying to fit things. So reading things that increase your energy, you're like, ooh, fun, but you have to be careful when reading stats, the difference between energy and power grid. Yeah, I know, right? CPUs is also a fitting thing, but yeah, that's pretty much self-explanatory. The two grid locks or choke points for fitting things are going to be CPU and power grid. This is just your energy while you're firing active modules like afterburners and guns and stuff like that. Anyways, and repair modules. So we're going to fit the armor module pretty soon. Thanks, please. This is how heavy you weigh, pretty much your inertia, basically. This is also inertia too. I don't think the two are directly proportional, but they could be. Anyways, this is your speed in warp. It can get up to like 18 in proper ships, even more. But 3 is okay. Shuttles are 5. Most frigates are 5 AU per second. You're not losing a heck of a lot. Your pod, I believe, can go 3 AU per second. Anyways, this is your line time, how quickly you can warp from full stop. It's best to warp from full stop. Drones, you can have a maximum of 5. And this would allow you to the maximum of 2 small drones or 1 medium. And your range to targets, if you've got something targeted and it's over 25 kilometers away, you won't be able to get your drones to attack it until they get close enough. Anyways. Alright, I think that's a quick rundown. Cargo space, drone space, of course. Drone space is independent of bandwidth, so that's something to think about. That's a more advanced thing, but yeah, you'll get there. So yeah, this is your hardware: low slot, medium, high slot. I'll remove this. Can I remove? Okay, whatever. Click on any of the highlights to examine it. So click on any of the highlights to examine it. What are you doing? Okay, hold and never mind. Oh my god. This is rigs. Rigs will fit right here. But a Corvette doesn't have any rigs, just like a pod. Some ships don't have ability to fit rigs. This is your drones. And this is hull restrictions. I would recommend you do not, you can simulate it. I recommend you do not enable this. It can get, this is remaining resources. It gets very CPU intensive for your hardware. Just, I would recommend you not do it. It tends to be very janky. It's very helpful when you've got just one slot left to figure out and you're trying to figure out what kind of stuff you can slot in it. Then you'd enable it. But for the most part, keep it disabled. This is just restrict showing the stuff by skills, what you have. All right, it's easy. You can also, when you're looking at the stuff, you can right click and choose view market, but it's not allowing me right now to do that, so I can't do it, and I don't know why. Okay, thank you.
Let's fit your new module in a free slot.
All right. Oh, cute. They're highlighting it finally. Okay, so click and hold the smart, then drag it into your ship. Now you can do a number of things. You can right click and go fit to active ship, or you can just drag it. You can drag it here, or you can drag it here. It doesn't matter.
Module fitting confirmed. Now, bring the module online. It appears you do not currently possess the skill necessary to use this module. Hardly surprising. You still have much to learn.
I'll send the necessary skill book to your AI right now. Under normal circumstances, you would have received a basic skill set as part of the Air Capsuleer training program. Your training was violently disrupted, to say the least.
Capsuleers learn skills like flying ships or using modules by rewiring their neural pathways. The skill book contains the mapping data required, and skill books are consumable. Once we inject it into your neural interface, you will be left with nothing but a new and improved version of yourself. Augmentations such as this are one of the many benefits of life as a
Oh my God,
capsuleer.
shut up.
Absorbing the skill book's data rewrites the neural pathways in your brain, teaching you the skill.
Wow.
This process can take some time.
Hover your mouse over the skill book. Or you could just right-click it and choose. But whatever. Okay.
We will begin the process by accessing the skill queue from your neocom.
So when it says paused, this icon is important. This means that you have another character you've created on this account training a queue. Now, unless you have an MCT, a multiple character training, a certificate that costs ISK quite a lot, then yeah, you won't be able to enable it. I don't know the exact mechanics behind the MCT. I should try that right now. All right. Anyways, sorry.
Here you will see the Air Skill Plan. Skill plans provide capsuleers with a learning experience tailored to their specific goals.
There's more to the skills. Don't worry. You can actually choose skills from a catalog, but
The
we'll
skill
ignore it for
needed
now.
to online your new module is included in the Air Skill Plan. Now, begin training the skill.
To speed the process along, I've gifted you with a skill injector.
Excellent.
It's the
Thank
least
you.
I can do,
It's the
considering the role you played in saving
Yeah, yeah,
thousands
yeah.
of lives.
Thousands? That bowhead had thousands of people on it? That's kind of cool. Anyways, could you just allow me to... Give me a sec. Floating. Move. There. Okay, so this is your... it's a skill for repair systems. This is what the default icon will look like. This is the icon for an item, a module. There are other icons like ship icons and stuff. It's kind of interesting how they did it. The blue is how much more you need to train. And that'll be 47 minutes, and that'll be 8 minutes. And it's just a orb. They've got this here too. It'll have an orb as well. All right, so we'll start training. What the? Are they going to teach us to train something? Okay, so right now you're not training anything, and that's a bad thing. The game skills you get are passive training, and you need to be always training something. So the first thing they should have done in this entire tutorial thing from the very beginning is go, hey, you've been spending half an hour now. You haven't been training anything. That's a huge big deal. What you need to do is start training something and keep training it. And this is like, oh, we'll just give you skills. And it's kind of like, oh, I better catch up. I lost so much time. Oh, I better buy the package they're trying to sell me in dollars. Yeah, I think we'll get a pop-up urging us to do that, but only, I think, if you're a new player. I think they try to hide it for the veterans so that veterans don't lose their minds about what are you trying to do shoving microtransactions down the throats of noobs. That's exactly what they do. So anyways, so we've got 2,500 unallocated right away. I don't know why I have that for a new character. You can get them, you know, the login rewards right here. It takes you a month to get this, and this is Omega. If you were Alpha, you'd only get 50,000. All right. And what do I have here? I've got a bunch of stuff. How much more stuff do I have? Yeah, I've got a whole ton of skill points, but anyways, let's move on. Click here. All right.
To finalize the skill injection process, be sure to confirm allocation of its resources, most commonly known as skill points.
All right, so this looks like a small skill injector, and small skill injectors are You can make 10 of them out of a larger one, and you get about, as a new player, you'll probably get around, what, 50,000 per small skill injector. This is just giving you 250, so this is just a complete anomaly. Alright, so click the apply skill points icon to allocate these skill points, then confirm. But okay, I can't right click it. Apply, but what? What? But what? But this is so stupid. So they've already given you points. This is an item that's only going to give you 250. You've got 10 times that in your skill queue already for use. So by clicking this, you're not going to activate that. So, and you've saved 40 minutes, which is pretty much what you wasted watching this stupid video.
You should close these windows as well.
What? It's okay. See? I got nothing. Let's try to, and you click this, it goes large skill injector. The small skill injector is right here. And why is there none in essence? There's no skill injectors in essence? That's hilarious. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, normally they're quite expensive. Shouldn't be that expensive, but whatever. I should be able to eventually right-click this and apply it, but it doesn't look, if I hover over it, it doesn't say inject, which is really weird. Because before I could hover over it and click that button, but they didn't. Oh my god, this is so... I'm sure a noob has just skipped through all of this and not understanding anything, of course, because it's not helping you. But close the window and close the skills window, but we haven't started training something yet. Right now, it should have said, great. And the inventory, okay, close.
Now that you have the required skill, try activating the small
okay.
armor repair module once more.
There we go.
Very well done, Captain.
Mm-hmm.
Your ship's modules are now online.
Excellent. Thank
Knowing
you.
how to train skills and fit modules is an essential step in your journey as a capsuleer.
But you've only got 37 seconds if you have all this activated. Watch. Okay, so you won't have that activated. You'll have that activated. Let's see. If you're in close and you turn off your afterburner and you're not using your mining thing, you've got just under a minute of repair time. And you'd be surprised how quickly a minute goes by when you're in combat. So that's half decent. We'd like to increase that to be at stable. You've got a space here. You could put in a medium capacitor to make that stable. Being not cap stable is a bad thing, especially as a noob. What you'll want to do is get a battery, a small one. This is fine. It depends. You can right click and get market details on both of them. You'd be surprised how cheap it can be. See, that one's actually cheaper than that one. These drop as loot, these don't, so it's easier. So we'll put this here, right there, and we're stable. There you go, right? So you don't have to worry about it. You can have this on. Yeah, this is a civilian. Yeah, it's not that great. I I can't remove it, unfortunately. I can't right click and remove it, so open radial and unfit all. There we go. Good. So like so, and we've got the mid slots here, right? And afterburners, we'll put in mic warp drives, will lower your battery, your capacitor. And the best way to do it is go 5 mn, and then you've got all the stuff you can fit. These are really expensive, by the way. Do not try to buy them. It's not worth it. And restrained lowers the penalty to your battery, your capacitor. Enduring makes it less draining on your mic warp drive to the battery. So you got a 1 minute 10 seconds for the enduring, and you get 1 minute only for the mic warp drive. So you're back where you were started, right? But it'll make you go really fast, like 2,000 meters per second. That's that's quite fast. So yeah, you'll be overflying your targets, and you'll be missing a lot because your gun is short range. So let's just stick with the afterburner. So you clear that, and you go back. Afterburner, 1 mn, 1 mn, and then don't buy these. They're super expensive. The propulsion ones are crazy expensive. Other stuff are yeah, I wouldn't get into the Dead Space and Faction when you're a noob. I'd stick with these. But yeah, you can get really good deals on certain things. So it's worth not completely writing these off, but for now, let's write them off. All right. So enduring, there's no restrained. There's enduring, and that's fine. Compact means it's going to use less CPU and power. So let's go with that, compact. There we go. There you go. So we've got 2 points of power left, and we've got 1 low slot left. Let's go with, and we're stable. Let's go with now we're armor. Damage control is the best thing you could ever get. This is kind of expensive, as you can see, but a damage control one is pretty easy. I don't think they actually sell. Yeah, it's more expensive than the damage for normal. So just grab a damage control. It increases your resistances by quite a bit across the board. So highly recommend it. If you want a double of this, and I can't get, give me a second, can I? Local. No, I can't open up my chats yet. It's preventing me. Anyways, sorry. You can strip one of these Corvettes, and it'll give you all the modules, and then you can get into your pod, right-click this Corvette in inventory, and destruct it, trash it, get rid of it, and then board another one by creating this, a new one, and then you get a new set. So you've got now 2 civilian lasers for free, and you've got 2 civilian miners, which is great. So that's a little tip. That's how I would do it. I would, definitely do it that way. I'll do it immediately after this. So and remember, this is a simulator, so I'm going to click here and have this right here, and I can exit simulation, and I can buy all these that I want and see. Yeah, they're not being sold, of course. That's not being sold. At this station, there's nothing being sold at this station. But I can't right-click and go for it. But I am, Galente. I'll be near Dodixie. You'll want to go to Dodixie and buy this stuff. So let's move along.
But several questions remain. Who attacked the cloning facility? And what were their motivations?
I don't even think they have a storyline about that.
Our
So yeah.
investigation is still in the early stages, but I have two theories. The attack may have been motivated by simple greed.
Oh,
There's no shortage of competitors who would kill to acquire AIR's groundbreaking cloning and capsule technology. Literally. A more worrying possibility is that someone out there is trying to stop us from pursuing our research. While AIR prides
Snore.
itself for being a disruptor of New Eden's tech scene, there are those who think we push the limits of innovation too far. The technology suppression laws in New Eden are draconian, if you ask me. I wish I could do more for you, Captain. But I'm a busy woman and I have places to be. What I can do is put you in touch with contacts of mine who can help you grow as a capsuleer.
Ah, a perfect opportunity to familiarize yourself with the agency. The agency is your window into New Eden and all
Yes.
the cluster has to offer.
and it's a
As a
non-interactable
capsuleer,
window. You
you are the
can't
architect of
minimize
your
it,
own
you
destiny.
can't alter it,
You
you can't
could unearth
customize it,
secrets
you
hidden
can't
among the
enlarge
stars,
it, you
or
can't
prove
shrink
your
it.
mettle in the field of combat. You might even be New Eden's next great business tycoon. The choice is yours.
Wait, it only gives... there we go. Alright. So this is your Neocom. I would suggest you lock it. Right-click and lock the Neocom after you enter the game proper.
The contacts Vesper suggests can be found on the career agent's card. I suggest you take a moment to familiarize yourself with what each agent has to offer. They specialize in business, industry, military combat, and exploration. No matter what path you choose, you will find a career agent that can help you walk it.
So,
Once you've decided which one tickles your fancy, as the saying goes, set your destination.
there are no Explorer missions once you get into the game proper. There's none. There's no producing industrial agents in the game. There are no differences between the Enforcer and the Soldier of Fortune. Yeah, you've just got combat missions, hauling missions, purchase missions, yeah, and mining missions, but it's specialized instance mining where the ore is a specific unique thing for the mission and not your regular stuff that you can find in game per se. So all this is total crap, and they've been hinting that they're going to get rid of or revamp or something the career agents for months and months and months and years and years and years and decades and decades and decades. But yeah, it's all crap, and this is why I'm interested, because they're mining mystery mission that they just introduced. They haven't put it in the game yet, even Singularity, but they're saying they're going to put it in later today, and that's what I'll be interested in trying out to see if they're actually going to do something worthwhile. I went through a couple of these. You can put it in. You can find it in the Noob Life playlist. I think I did one or two of them, maybe even 3 of the career agent tracks. And yeah, I spent most of my time bitching about it because it's just teaching you things that will confuse you when you actually start playing the game for real. So yeah, this. It might be fun, but it's teaching you bad habits, basically. Yeah.
Be sure to close the agency before we depart.
Why?
Stay safe out there, Captain. If our investigation uncovers any additional information on the
Yeah.
attack,
Sure.
I'll be in touch.
Yeah. Don't call us. We'll call you. Because yeah, there's no way to talk to her anymore. Bye-bye.
Much appreciated, Miss Calatrix. I await any and all updates with bated breath.
A batted breath?
Metaphorically speaking,
Yes.
of course. I don't breathe.
Eh,
Captain, when you're ready, we can undock and begin the next phase of our journey. I do wonder how you'll die next. I suppose that is what ancient philosophers called morbid curiosity.
Click here to undock. Alright, can I right-click it yet? No, not allowing me to right-click things yet. Okay. You can right-click here. You can do it from the inventory. Yeah. Also, remember if you're leaving station with anything, and they should have
Now
taught
that
this
no
right
one
away.
is actively trying to kill us, I will teach you how to navigate in space. First, select the destination I've highlighted in your overview.
The major thing you'll forget a lot is buying something in station and then undock, or having a mission that gives you something to haul, and you forget undocking and forgetting to pick it up and go on your merry way, and you could go a number of jumps and realize, oops, I forgot. We've all been there. Don't worry about it. It's it's nothing
Now,
you'll be teased
initiate
about.
jumping to your destination.
You'll get trolled, you'll
After
get
that rousing
harassed,
introduction to New Eden,
but we've all been
it's
there.
nice to be in space without the threat of imminent peril. Though this is New Eden, peril often approaches when you least expect it.
So when you play the game, you'll get this really arrogant, condescending bit of advice by both CCP and the elitist bricks in this game that don't undock in something you can't afford to lose, which is a ridiculous supposition to give a noob. You will attempt to do things beyond your level of competency because you didn't know, and you get surprised with something, and you'll lose that ship trying to do that thing, and then you'll have to, because there's loss in this game, it's a loss of ISK, and unless you get given millions by some elitist prick who's, helping you enter his alliance to be a, meat puppet, meat shield, tackle, cannon fodder, you'll lose that money, and you'll have to get it back by grinding safer routines, like, say, mining. But yeah. So where are we going? Let's go. Oh, okay. So can I do default? Okay, great. So I'm gonna go default. MISC. Reset. There we go. So this is what your thing will look like right here. And this yellow will be like, whee! So this can get a bit annoying. So wait, it's not giving me my options here. Okay, fine. Okay, so that's a Stargate.
Drive active.
And the planets are interesting because they won't orbit the sun. They're always going to be fixed in one place. So that planet there will always be there. The moons will not orbit. The asteroid belts look really stupid because it's an arc of rocks that face in an arbitrary direction, and it's randomized. So you fly to it and you're like, wait, that's not orientated to anything that makes sense. And that's a asteroid belts don't look like this in real space, and this doesn't even look like a Star Wars thing. So it's very unique and stupid to CCPs, so to EVE Online. And they should really be...
Initiate jump sequence.
What? Huh? The hell? Okay.
I don't mean to unsettle you, Captain. You've already proven yourself capable of battle.
But
I'm
where's the
certain you
but?
can handle whatever New Eden throws your way. And if you cannot, at least you are immortal. You
I
can be
didn't
reborn
mean
into a
to
new
unsettle.
clone
What?
body to try again.
What?
I believe this is what humans call optimism.
What? I don't mean to unsettle you? How are you unsettling me? Okay. What? Oh, God. Well, most people
There
aren't
it
going to
is,
read
Captain.
this, so it doesn't really
The
matter.
station that houses your chosen career agent.
Oh my God, thank you
Prepare
so
for
much.
docking.
You're so helpful.
Warp drive active.
they should have spent time talking about this stuff. Like, what is this stuff? Can you disable it if it's annoying to you? You can turn this off and they will disappear. It's helpful to have it on. It does give you a lot of good information. So I'd leave it on. But yeah, it's the option is turned off. There are buttons like hotkeys, and the game doesn't even mention that. But hotkeys are really good in this game. The defaults are really stupid.
Docking permission
So yeah,
requested.
we'll work on
Docking
that.
request accepted.
Yeah, they should have talked. And look, they haven't
Ship's
even
navigational
mentioned
set
my
to
skill
contact
queue.
a career agent. You must access the agency.
You haven't talked about my skills yet. That's really important.
Well remembered, Captain. I knew you would be quick to learn. Now don't be shy. Begin a conversation with an agent.
Wow.
I'm sure they will love you. And if they don't, then they will simply have to tolerate you.
Go away. All right, so your chat bars. Let's get this going. Okay, you can buy them all, but it's quite expensive. Let's see how cheap they are. Also, important thing to do, click it by price. This should have been done by default, but it's not. It's annoying, but CCP are retards. As an example of how stupid and vicious they are, they have no general chat. There's no general chat. And the griefers, the latest pricks, have taken over mining in the... You can chat channels and go... There's no general chat at all. But there are... Where is it? Industry, technology, trade, technology. Did they get rid of it from the options? Science and industry, mining. So mining is... Don't go in. Don't even bother. It's just the cesspool. It's the Reddit of EVE Online. Just off-topic crap. And there's no friendly miners talking about mining in there. There's just... Since release, it's been that way. And it's relentless. It's a non-stop toilet bowl of piss. So, yeah, don't even bother. There's no moderation. And, of course, if CCP put in a general chat, you'd think that would imply that they need to moderate it. So I think that's why they don't, because that enables them to not moderate anything and just walk away from it. Lately, apparently the noob rookie help is inundated with trolls, but I think that's just some whiner on forums. I do believe there are moderations in noob help. You'll be placed in this rookie... What? That's kind of weird. Why did they... That's kind of uncomfortable, isn't it? It's like, Alright. So you can't see all the people there, but there are a ton. Oh, I'm on Singularity. Lol. So there's nobody there, of course. Anyways, so, yeah. I was like, wait. So, yeah. There you go. That's your introduction to that. And, yeah, set for price. And this is cheap because it's Singularity. But Orsalert, this is Essence, so this would be your best bet to get something cheap right in Orsalert. But if you go to Dodixie, which is nearby and it's easy to do, you can either do it this way. Dodixie. Probably the best way for you guys. And it'll pop up right here in the middle, and you can go solar system, and you just set destination. It's only 6 jumps. It'll take you about 12-15 minutes to get there, but it's worth it. Anyways, that's that. But yeah, let's get you some Iskies, of course. Best way to do it is do some combat missions. These career agents do give you ships and modules and ISK and skills. Really worth doing them all just to get the ships that they give you, because you get a ton of stuff. Actually, it's really great. It's just really annoying, and there's lots of pitfalls. But the nice thing is, well, the bad thing is CCP's never fixed it. The good thing is that it's been so long that we pretty much have in help and rookie help, FAQ, and people are really experienced in understanding what you're saying. You go, oh, you're probably in that mission for the, okay, do this, and we have lots of workarounds, and there are lots of friendly people willing to help new players going through the career agent. It's amazing that they didn't take the FAQ CCP and fix the system, because the wording of it is stupid. It's just, the entire thing's garbage, and CCP brags about their NPE all the time, but they really haven't done anything but reinvent their own wheel, which is just basic EPing. But it's better than war gambling and Blizzard's sexual harassment cases, right? So, anyways, right now, so we've shown you that, and the best way to do is save this. You go here and you go new, and you go save, and that's saved to your hulls. And what you'll do is, whoops, that one. Go here and oh, sorry, clear that, and then click this, and it'll show you your vessel right there. Okay, first of all, primary importance. We've wasted so much time in the video, and we haven't gotten to skills. It's so important to start training these skills. Go to skill catalog. Let's check skill plans for now. Industrialist, say if you're industrialist, right? You want to be a miner, alpha miner, and we'll show skill contents, and there's a whole bunch of stuff you need to buy. Yeah, you don't need all this. Buy missing skill books. It'll cost you 2 million, but to buy and inject. And that's the thing about the tutorial. They should have talked about this too, because you can buy it instantly now, or you can check on the market, and it'll be much cheaper if you do it via the market. And we're at a starter location. Well, not a starter location, but a career agent station. And so the station itself sells a lot of the skills, most of the skills. So you can save quite a bit. It'll cost you quite a bit, but a lot of this stuff might be given when you do the career agent stuff. Why do you have me for more psychology here? Why did you add that to the alpha miner? I know it's important to have eventually, but why did you add this to the alpha? That is so dumb. Anyway, sorry, my bad. So just, okay, that's better. Do you need where are the expensive? Why do you need connections? Why as a miner do you need connections? Okay, just holy crap. Okay, well, I try to be so optimistic about CCP, but they really are just so bereft of anything called intelligence, you know? Wow. Wow. You think it'd be simple. You go alpha miner and you'd have the bare bones stuff that would be useful and cheap, right? Holy crap. Wow. Wow. Sorry. Ooh. Okay, so why am I showing all skills? No. Can have prerequisites for it, please. Okay, so let's talk about this right now. The ordering is going to be alphabetical this way, and then when it gets down to here, then it goes to here, which is really annoying because when you're a noob, it's going to be constantly changing. Okay? So just be aware, that's a bit frustrating, and it's a bit stupid, and they used to have it, it would be alphabetical this way to this way, this way, this way, and it would be down. So if you knew, okay, well, it's Z, so I'll just scroll down, right? Or, you know, it's Q or something. You know that, yes, you'd have to scroll. But in this way, it's like, it's like, oh, I want Galente. So where's Galente? So you scroll down, and where's Frigate? And and you go scroll all the way up here. Yeah, it's just, yeah, tell me about it. So what we're looking for is the mining frigate. So you'll want to increase this. Level 3 is fine. And you'll want resource processing. You want mining. Let's get it. You'll want mining upgrades. So station, it costs you 100,000 to get. You don't have much ISK. You hover your cursor over here. It'll tell you out. You only have 5,000. But doing these missions, you'll get enough, and you might get the skill via the career agent. Whatever. So that's a good one. Reprocessing is good. That's a good one to get as well. How much is it? It is 75,000. Okay. So there you go. Right. Yeah, there's the good stuff. What other stuff? Drones are good for protection. I think you've got a little bit of drones. Drones 2 would be good. Allows you to control 2 drones. Light drone operation for combats. You'll need that. That costs you 75,000. So yeah, just little things. I'm not going to go too much into it. It's basically get a skill started, like mining frigate, and mining frigate 3 started right away. Even you could go for, because you're a noob, just get that so you're not leaving the computer, going to work or going to sleep, going to school, and coming back, and your skill queue is paused. It's a bad thing. So yeah, just since you're an alpha, I don't think you can have level 5. I think you can only have up to level 4 for mining frigate. But yeah, this will be good enough, right? So, anyways, so that's and get it started immediately. It's really, really critical. It's just that this, I've got another character training on this account. And normally you'd have to go into this character and pause the training, come back here and do it. But the MCT, and let's do it right now because I'm curious about what icon. I'm sure CCP has not thought of that. But yeah, let's check it out. MCT, we'll go into this. Now, Singularity is kind of bizarre. We can get a bunch of stuff for free, basically. So multiple pilot training certificate available. How close is it? Closest one is there. So set destination. I don't think I'll be able to. I think I might be able to activate it remotely. Let's check it out. Yeah, whatever. I think you can there's a bunch of stuff you can activate remotely, like a bunch of stuff. Yes, good. I can activate it remotely. And there we go. Okay, so normally this costs a heck of a lot. I just bought it on Singularity for cheap, just because I wanted to try it out. Perfect. Okay, so that's really cool. CCP coded it, the person who coded it, and not the people who, marketing idiots who are describing it on the forums and on the news article. This, or the patch notes, they didn't actually make a news article about this, maybe because they didn't understand it and they didn't look like idiots, and they knew they'd come across as idiots if they tried to explain it. Or whatever, they already have, look like idiots. So this means, so what this icon means is that there is an active, let's use the right words here. There is a additional training queue active. We haven't enabled it yet, and it's not being used, but there is an additional training queue active. This should say there is an additional training queue active on this client. There is an additional training queue available on this client, and this should be, and that's not being used, right? I wrote a suggestion on the forums about how they should rename it, but of course, it's not powerful reasoning, aka CCP Rattati's idiotic suggestion. It's the only reason he listens to it. Yeah, the only reason you're going to listen to anything is if it comes from powerful people like the nullsec blocks. That's your powerful reasoning. It's like how much likes am I going to get from this? All right. Anyway, so what we've got is a total garbage right now, and the interesting thing, look at this. It's not flashing. Let's try, they didn't say anything in the patch notes about this, but let's bring up my alpha character. Now, it might not be flashing because I've got at least one character training, a skill queue, and it's active on one of my alts on this client. Sorry. So this account has at least one training a queue, so maybe that's why it's not flashing. I'm going to fire up a alpha character right now on my backup computer, up the other entity, Eula speaking. What time is it? Oh, the wife is about to kick me off. Okay, so that's not flashing, which is great. I hate the flashing. But if I'm assuming I'll see flashing on the alpha, which means if you get flashing, it means no character is training, which is really dumb because they claim on the forums, they're the only time they ever said anything about it is like, oh, alphas won't have flashing once they max out. It's like, yeah, they do, you utter tool bag. Yeah, because there were complaints, and he said, oh no, they totally does. It totally doesn't. And it's like, this person is used to talking on Reddit. And you know what Reddit is? Yeah, cesspool of trolls. So yeah, he's just trolling people to shut them up, you know? So, yeah, it's flashing. Okay, so this, oh, I'm sure if I remove my cursor, it'll start flashing. No, it's not. Okay, so let's try. So this is interesting. And you'll obviously encounter this issue a lot as an alpha. Yeah, as an alpha and as a new player. So we really need to talk about this and explain it so you're not confused as hell, and have something help you not confuse you would be good. All right, so I'm going to cancel this.
Connecting.
Enter here. We'll pause the training, and I'm sure as soon as I pause, we'll see the flashing.
Skill training completed.
Okay. Okay, it's flashing. All right, we'll log off safely. Blah, 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 blah. I double click in the direction and then stop. Oh, right. Best shortcut is navigation and stop ship. Control space. It forces you to use 2 buttons, and it feels like you're input broadcasting. I know it's an illegal term, but it feels like I'm cheating when I go edit shortcut and just go scroll button. Oops. Mouse 3. Mouse 3 is my scroll button when I press the scroll wheel. Let's click it. It feels like I'm cheating right now because you're not allowed to alter the game's blah blah blah, and you're like, I just did. So instead of having to press Control and Space, I just press the scroll wheel button, and it should stop my ship. Hello. Give me a sec. Stop ship. Mouse 3. Edit. Press. Okay, mouse 3. Turn the game. Press. Emma? Hover over here. Stop the ship, okay. Weird. I it's okay. Okay, so anyways, sorry. So flashing. So let's go left safely. That was a bit weird, wasn't it? Yeah, in a situation like this, it's usually I just put it down to CCP's interface for the test server is kind of quirky. There are artifacts on the Singularity test server, SISI, that we call it, or CCP calls it, or I don't know who started that nickname. Anyway, so there are some weird things that happen there that I just put it down to, oh, it's just Singularity. But, yeah. Okay, so we should get a flashy exclamation point because we don't have any, which is dumb. They should just not have it flashing at all, period. It should never be flashing. I asked them to fix it. You know, if you're Omega, fine, have it flashy if there's no training queues, but it makes no sense. It's like you've got to enable, you've got to have all your training queues flashy, you know. I mean sorry, all your MCTs active, right? So it wouldn't make sense to have one flashy and the other not. It doesn't, and the wording is not there. Yeah, so they just introduced this last week, so I'm sure they'll fix it, but they might not. They might not care. You might be an alpha maxed out in skills and always have to deal with that flashy unless, and this is the most condescending patch note entry I've ever seen, it said disable all button blinking. It's like, that's not a fix. So yeah, you can do that, but then nothing flashes. So if some helpful player emails you, or you have you've joined some chat, some custom chat, and you had it closed down. Actually, by the way, this is really important. These two cannot be closed. Okay? And there's Alliance, which you can't close either. But if you have something, say, like another chat window, right? And it's a custom one, and say if you join that one, it's closed. So if you close it, it's gone. You won't see it flashing because you've closed it. So the best way to do it is to merge it with like rookie help here and local there, and you can have multiple stuff, and you can minimize it now without worrying about accidentally closing it, because when you're noob, you're like, oh crap, I closed something, how can I get back? Those are two workarounds you can get that will never actually, there's no option to disable the close button. You just have to merge it with something that you can't close ever, which is local and corp. Yeah, it's helpful. Anyways, you can't alter the size of this, and this you can alter By going into, the best one is, I've heard, is merge it with journal. Did they fix it? No. There we go. There, see? And now you can not quite close it completely, but at least you can get rid of the annoying image that if you don't, you can close that, but you can't close this, which is kind of weird because, you know, a lot of players playing on laptop and there's no way to really alter this anymore. Yeah, so it's a bit annoying. Workaround is, yeah, just get your journal. You hardly ever use it, so you just minimize it, and there you go. Whatever, done, dealt with. Let's see what other important stuff. Well, obviously, get your skill queue going. Once you do start it, it'll tell you how much days it'll do till it completes, and you can have a large queue now. Months and months of queues. It's great. As an alpha, it's very helpful. But once you reach 5 million, which takes quite a while, you will stop training. The only way to get higher than 5 million as an alpha is to use the skill points. And I would, well, you won't be able to save them until you get to 5 million, so use the ones you have. I would go expiry date, and yeah, I just very careful about using these because you could fritter them away very quickly, and they're very helpful. Use them when you absolutely know that the skill you're training is useful, and then totally use it. All right, but otherwise, yeah, you can have all these points, and you go wee, and you end up wasting it on things you don't need right now, which is the biggest issue when facing a noob. What skills should I train? What are good? What skills that are, there's so many skills. It's like, oh my god, I didn't know about that, and oh my god, what's this? And you've got that's targeting. There's if say we had the armor, there's stuff like hello. Oh right, it's you idiots. Yeah, you go all skills and it doesn't populate it. I don't know when that buggered up, but yeah, they blame their spaghetti code, but even their new code is screwing up. I think it's just basic CCP incompetence. Yeah, it's spaghetti code. No, it's like, it's code. Yeah. So these are interesting, like armor compensation and thermal. It's good for passive, like your damage control. It'll help your damage control a bit. You've got explosive, thermal, EM, and kinetic. Those are the 4 different types of damage that are dealt in EVE. And a lot of weapons use a combination of damage types, by the way. Okay, so yeah, you've got your training queue, most important. They should have covered that right off the bat. Super important. I think the reason they didn't is because it creates scarcity. And they love scarcity and destruction, and the fact that they are popping microtransactions at you makes you, oh my god, I missed so much time, I better get that to catch up, and they give you this free skill points incompetently, but it's still it breeds this issue of, oh my god, I haven't trained, I better use these points. And some noobs might think, oh, the only way to actually get points is use microtransactions, and they'll just quit right away. Anyways, so yeah. Oh, you can get rid of these. You can rearrange them. Get rid of that. I usually keep these on when I'm docked, and when you undock, you can get rid of them. It's a separate interface, so you can tailor each one. So I don't like seeing these when I'm in space, so I just get rid of them. like so, and get rid of this stupid thing. And you can get rid of the Calente Federation. Shut up. Okay, so you can minimize it to here, which is a good thing to do. And then when I dock...
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Yeah, there's so much stuff to say. But yeah, it's just aesthetically helpful. It's not cluttering your screen, and which is the most important thing for a noob. It's like, see, it's back. So it's a different interface. There you go. These are your agents. The career agents are helpful. There are 3 career agent bases for each race. There's a total of 12 of them. You can actually run them. You can run each one for all of them. There's no real benefit to doing it, because once you've got the initial boost, it's kind of like a lot in EVE is diminishing returns. If you pour too much time into something, there are ways of being more smart about it. So quality tends to win over quantity in EVE most times. Yeah, it's very complex. It's not a rock paper scissors thing, but there are lots of rock paper scissors in it. It's a very interesting game. There's so many different conflicting, contradictory rules and mechanics in the game that apply in one situation and won't in another, and people just take advantage of that to basically screw you over. But hey, it's players doing it. It's not the AI tricking you. Well, yes, the AI will trick you a lot because CCP are morons, but it's nice when players do it to you, because it's like it's unscripted, it's real, it's more random than an AI, which is, mostly predictable. And plus it's a player, so it's fun. That kind of thing is exhilarating. Getting screwed over by mechanics of the game, that's not fun, especially bugs. Anyways, so we've cleared this up. There are overviews. The SZ is a good nullsec one. It doesn't really help bisect people, but it's okay and it's popular. You'll get introduced to that right away. I use my own. It's in its 81st edition. The 82nd edition. And I got it colored, and I made even these colored up here. Sometimes you're facing in a direction that you can't really see which tab you've got open, so the color up here helps. But whatever. Yeah, it works for me. Anyways, I'll usually these are the most important things. Getting these set up properly. I've put little vertical things in here that I can quickly set for width of my columns, because I've got a multi-box, so I've got a lot, and it's nice to do it quickly when you're changing stuff. And angular. There. And see this? Now you can stretch it all the way. You stretch it as far as you want, and then you can just compact it. You can get rid of a couple of things now. Get rid of the angular thing. Yeah, you can really compact it to there. That's good enough, right? So, and you can order it from by things. I usually like to order the PVE. The columns will stay the same width and the same type per tab, but I can say this is the best one, the PVE ordered by type. And then, because there can be a lot of stations and a lot of stargates you want to transit, and then other stuff I've got by distance, which is helpful. And yeah, head off to... Oh, right. When you're playing the tutorial, it's, you can... what the... Why is this disabled? Why did they... What the hell? Why is this disabled? Give me a sec. It's got to be something weird. Why is that disabled? This is really weird. Give me a sec. What did you do? I'm sure it's just Singularity. Look, what? Why can't I? Okay, that's tactical overview. That's what the? Why is that? Oh my God, CCP, what did you do? I can't. Why can't I scroll out? Perry, what the hell? What did you do? Oh no, CCP, what did you do? Okay, what the? Ah, there we go. So my button works for stopping now. Yay. Maybe I have to change session or something. Jesus. Why is this? Maybe they disabled it for Singularity? To save processor time on the server, maybe? I don't know. But... No, yeah, there's always some, and I've just wait, but what? I've just why can't I? What the hell? All right, yeah, I wanted to talk more, but it's getting to a point where I'm like, what the hell is going on? We've dealt with this. Your market orders, you should go into settings and disable automatically refresh market data. It can get really frustrating. There's an option to reload it. You've got price history, and yeah, it's basically on. By the way, don't do showing, and yeah, this is okay, I guess. But I would recommend range filter as solar system. Basically because when you go to right click and buy something, sometimes it'll pop up a little buy order, but it'll be like 16 jumps away because you've selected as region, and that's what it goes by. It'll go by cheapest, but not by range, so you have to actually force it to think close. But no worries, it's not going to disable the ability to see what's on the market in the region. It's just one of those weird options, so that's important too. Yeah, your notifications are going to be annoying. I would alter that by you can go, these are good to have, but anything you don't like and it's annoying, just right click and go turn off history visibility, and that way you won't get the annoying number saying you've got like 500. It's impossible to get around it, but yeah, it helps. So that's just do the toggle off visibility. Do not toggle off pop-up. It tends to bugger things up. It's really buggy. And why am I going to already activated the... sorry, this is Singularity. I'm just... Let's see that. And personal assets. Oh, right. Sort by jumps for personal assets. That's important. You can get rid of stuff. You can remove shortcut. This is kind of fun for new players who are solo players. It's a nice distraction. I multitask in Eve just because I like more challenge, and if I had one client, that would get really
Docking permission
boring.
requested.
So I'd
Docking
probably play
request
Discovery.
accepted.
Yeah, that should be about. What else should I need? Multi-buy's interesting. Contracts. Anyways, I think I've covered the basics of what you need to get started. But yeah, don't worry about it. Ignore a lot of the arrogant, condescending advice you get in Eve. There are good players who want to help. Most of them will, even CCP, to have the most ridiculous ideas about Eve. They've got a video that came out in 2008 or something, HTFU, and they're pretty explicit in it. So yeah, they don't care. They don't play the game. They love destruction because it gets them cold hard cash. So yeah, welcome to Eve. Hope you enjoy it. I do. I've been playing it for over a decade, off and on. Sometimes I go for years without playing it, and even training it. Financial reasons, really. But yeah, it's fun. I like mining. I haven't mined in a while. CCP have no idea about mining. They're just ridiculous. The only idea they get about the game is the nullsec blocks control the the CSM. It's a kind of like a elected politicians for the game, and they fly them out to Iceland, and they're like, oh, talk to them, and they kiss ass, and they get to control what we as players want. But it's just facile because CCP is known for just being blockheaded and draconian, and they don't listen to these people at all. But the only route you get to talk to them is through this, or if you get enough likes on the forums, apparently, or you have powerful reason, aka you have powerful friends, or kiss his ass, So yeah, this is just the way of it, just the way the Eve is. But mining is kind of fun. Ice mining is fun. If you're an Omega, it's relaxing. It's enjoyable. If you do it smart and you do it in the right place, you won't get ganked a lot by griefers. I like low-sec because of the sociability of it. People are, if you're in low-sec, you're there for a reason. Whereas in high-sec, most people are just won't talk to you, or very arrogant. It's kind of funny because when you see some outrageous name that sounds combat-y or piratey, it's usually a high-sec person just naming their character, and they just have no clue about the game. Whales, basically, in parlance. You'll get new bro. I know it's sexist as hell. Yeah. These people in nullsec are pretty much all from 4chan, so yeah, I know. Newbie is condescending. It's like a noob knows that he's a noob, or he or she is a noob. It's just they don't want to be a noob. They would like to learn about the game and become less noobish, but it's not seen as a detriment unless you're an elitist prick who thinks, don't undock unless you can afford to lose the ship, blah, blah, blah. But most customers will go, nod their heads politely, walk slowly away from the crazy person, and go play another game. Talk to their wallets, Why should they engage with somebody that arrogant? Most people just, oh, thanks very much. And, they're just like, that wasn't I didn't, answer what's asked, not be condescending. But you'll get a lot of that. Just know that there are friendly players out there if you're patient enough and play the game. It's a screensaver with a built-in chat function. Enjoy it. Find the parts of the game you would like. Stick to it. And don't think CCP has any relevance to your game style. Just play the game you like. If CCP alters it, it's just because they're not being treated as relevant and they throw the toys out the pram in a fit of rage. And what you were doing is no longer viable. Adapt or die. Just find something else to do. If it can still encompass what you envision in a science fiction, space trading, PvP-ish, risky environment, go for it. Just don't assume that CCP knows anything about risk reward. They just have no idea. So something that you think is high risk isn't going to be high reward. They're going to be like ice mining is the best way to mine. I know don't go to low sec. Just stick to ice mining. It's safe, relaxing. You're a miner. You want to just relax and mine. So yeah, do that. Do be careful. There are some systems that are chock full of griefers, but for the most part, you'll survive. Make yourself not the low-hanging fruit. Be like a nuclear technician or a rocket technician. If you see him running, just run faster than him. Yeah, basically, you're the asshole bison. Make sure there's somebody else that's more attractive a target than you, and don't make yourself an attractive target. That's all. That's my advice, and you'll have fun with the game. And yeah, do it smart. The griefers say, well, if you tank, we'll just bring more DPS. No, they'll just mob you with stuff they always use against everybody, and they just do overkill on you. Or a lot of people just don't do it smart. They just know what works, and they'll just use you against you. And they're like little script kiddies. There are some very dangerous people out there. Be aware that your corporation, if you're going to start one, is chock full of loopholes that have been in the game since release, and that's almost 2 decades now. So you have to know that what you're getting into, these people have been griefing corporations for over a decade, and they have way more experience than you and I combined. So just realize, if you're going to go into it, keep your stuff safe. Don't give away shared access to too many people. Don't give roles out. Don't give directorship out. Be very paranoid, but at the same time, have fun. And if you do it that way, you don't need to have corporate sharing stuff and everybody shares everything, and because there's so many loopholes and there's no way of tracking anything. Well, there is, but it's like so mind-numbingly bizarre and complex and red tapey that you wouldn't want to do it to save your life. So just keep your stuff as yours. If you want a one-man corporation to share stuff easily between your alts, just use don't invite anybody into your corp. Join an alliance, and that way your corp hangers will be all yours, and you can join alliance and you can partake in a guild kind of thing without the danger of people stealing your stuff and not having to worry about the loopholes. So yeah, that's what I advise. Or you could just join somebody else's corp and join a bunch of corps, see what they're like. Enjoy the game. The most precious thing are your Blueprint originals, the Tech 1 stuff that you research. That's something that is very valuable to you personally. So anything else you could lose, right? But BPOs are time and sweat and tears and investment and care. So keep those safe at an NPC station. preferably at research station with research slots, and just keep them safe. And never ever share them out unless you know exactly what you're doing. I've got videos about that, but yeah, I mean, that is the most precious thing. Everything else is expendable. Ship, anything, stations, whatever. It's just those BPOs, the most precious things you'll ever have in this game, and protect them. And that's about it. I'm sure there's a ton of stuff, but I think it covered pretty much everything. I await the new mystery mission with bated breath. Or sorry, bated breath. Lol. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for listening to me this long.